Hey, tree sprites. So I was gonna try to type up a reply to this comment, but it was way too long and I had too many things to say. So I'm just gonna make a video. Do we even know what a world where people are living in their authentic humanity even looks like? I mean, the short answer is no. I don't really know what that looks like, and I don't really know of any good examples of what that might look like, except for maybe small scale, family based tribal communities. In this modern world, we are largely living in these huge civilizations run by complex government systems. How would it be possible for us to live authentically in our humanity at this scale, this deeply entrenched in the oppressive systems that we exist in? Well, I think the answer lies in all frames of time, in the past, the present, and in the future, and as well in the invisible. And by invisible, I am referring to the non existent, imaginary, potential reality. Because at this point in our evolution of humanity, it would be something completely new. It would be something completely different, something that we haven't seen before. It would be something that we would have to intentionally create. It would have to be an incredible feat of our imagination and intention. In terms of the past, I think about the intention of colonialism. Basically, a relatively small group of people decided to take over the world. They imagined their ideal reality and even to this day continue to ceaselessly pursue the vision of it. And we are at a point in colonialism where the majority of the global population accepts things the way they are. Can you imagine the level of delusion that you have to have consistently to decide that you're going to take over the world? Like, okay, Fire Nation, in order to alter the current trajectory that we are on, we do have to have an incredible, decisive conviction for what we want to manifest into the physical reality. And in order to make that happen, we have to really turn on our powers of creation. We have to visualize big on a large scale. And we have to slowly paint the image, the picture of the reality that we want, which is basically the whole point of my platform, Black Barn Owl, envisioning and creating a new reality. And it's not easy because we have to create the puzzle pieces in order to bring the picture into life, to even be able to conceive of what that could look like. Because it's difficult to strive after something when we don't even know what it is that we really want. So, in essence, we have to practice first. We have to first acknowledge the things that are causing disorder and discontent currently in humanity. And then we have to figure out what the antithesis of those things are. What would bring contentment? What would bring fulfillment to humanity in a way that does not further jeopardize our connection to each other and our connection to Gaia? And in my personal opinion, one of the first systems that we need to dismantle is patriarchy, because patriarchy is a system that is rooted in survival and individualism, which leads to concepts like domination, control, resource hoarding, and dividing humans into smaller and smaller categories and boxes that can be easily controlled and pit against one another. It leads to unnecessary competition, which leads into sentiments like social inadequacies and ranking. There is currently an extreme imbalance of masculine and feminine energy on the planet. And I don't mean these energies in the way that we socially conceive of masculine and feminine traits as it relates to men and women. I am strictly referring to energy that exists in all human beings, regardless of your physical sex or your social gender. Cosmically, energetically, we are all operating in a deeply masculine framework. And we have been for a long time. And without the balance of the feminine, it has led to humanity existing in these cycles of conflict and fear and stress and anxiety. We don't know what it looks like to live in a world where people can exist in their authentic humanity because for so many thousands of years, we have been unable to heal ourselves from the cycle of existing purely in this deep masculine framework. Now, of course, there are other factors contributing to the way that we exist right now, but I think that this is a big one. And I don't necessarily think that hypercorrecting over to purely existing in the feminine is the answer either. I think the answer is an even balance between the two. Again, I'm referring to energy, not social traits. I'll talk more about the feminine next time.